Song of the Avatar, Part 3 of Chapter 18, Compassion in Action. It is possible to get off the wheel, Arjuna. Through meditation, you can conquer time by centering yourself in the eternal now. When you attain self-realization, there is no more spinning in circles. You will no longer be moved by the ups and downs of life. Once you have found this peace, share it with others. You will find that there are some who are ready to get off their carousels, just as you have gotten off your own. I've said a lot of things today, Arjuna. Take time to think and meditate on what we have discussed, then choose the path that is best for you. Put all that I have told you to the test in every event of your life. Or you may wish to set it aside until a time when you might need it more than you do now. The choice is yours. When you reach the point where your every action is truly an offering to Divine Spirit, you shall be released from your karma. The burden of all the mistakes and bad choices that you've made in the past will be removed from your soul. I do ask, Arjuna, that you refrain from sharing this wisdom with anyone who has no interest in growing spiritually. Do not offer it to those who ridicule the path or those who are convinced that life is meaningless. As these souls evolve, there will come a time when they will finally be able to hear the aria of the cosmos, and they will move forward on their upward path to their own liberation. This is my song, and those who listen closely to the lyrics will find therein the keys to eternal happiness. You have heard my song, Arjuna. Your questioning of your role on this battlefield was the inspiration. I have heard you, Krishna. I am now ready to fight this battle. You have helped me to understand that divine reality lives within me and within everyone else. Anger, fear, greed, and selfish desire also live within me in the guise of my ego personality. These are the true enemies that I face on this battlefield of life. With the wisdom that you have imparted to me, I now have access to the weapons that will help me to conquer these enemies. Self-discipline, self-awareness, patience, humility, contentment, compassion, and unselfish love will guide me to victory. Thank you, Sri Krishna. Namaste. Namaste, Ji. And so it ends, Sanjaya. And so it ends, my Lord, this wondrous conversation. Krishna's words have filled me with hope and joy. And that joy overflows as I recall the divine splendor of Krishna's cosmic form. Now I know that true happiness and the wealth of wisdom exist wherever Krishna and Arjuna might be found. Thus, the aria of the cosmos, the song of Lord Krishna about the spiritual science of yoga, comes to an end. Om Tat Sat. Coda, wrapping things up Mahabharata-wise. Just for the record, Arjuna did fight in the battle of Kurukshetra. It was an 18-day battle with a terrible loss of lives. But Arjuna and his 4 brothers did survive, and the oldest brother, Yudhishthira, did reclaim his throne. He ruled as a wise and beneficent king for 36 years. At the end of their lives' journeys, the 5 Pandava brothers made a pilgrimage to the Himalayas. They sought to enter heaven, home of the gods. 4 of the brothers, including Arjuna, died along the way. Yudhishthira and his faithful dog continued on. When they reached the gates of heaven, they were met by Indra, king of the gods. You may enter, Yudhishthira, but your dog may not. In that case, I will not enter heaven. I am this dog's protector. He trusts me. I will not abandon him. You have passed this test of spiritual greatness, Yudhishthira. You and your dog may both enter heaven. Once in heaven, however, Yudhishthira sees only his mortal enemies, many of whom he himself had slain in the battle of Kurukshetra. But Indra, where are my brothers? Come with me. I will take you to them. Whereupon they descended to one of the deepest pits of hell. Yudhishthira, my brothers! Indra, why aren't they in heaven? Surely they don't deserve this fate. It's their karma, Yudhishthira, to languish forever in the flames of hell. And now it's time for us to return to heaven. I will not go with you, Indra. I would rather remain here in hell, for wherever my brothers are is heaven to me. And with these words, Yudhishthira passed his final test. The flames in horror vanished. The 5 brothers and the dog stepped off the wheel of life and death, beyond the realms of heaven and hell, becoming one with divine spirit and the immortality of pure being, consciousness, and joy. Epilogue. Final words. The Arjuna and Krishna of the Bhagavad Gita are different from their counterparts in the Mahabharata. In the Gita, Arjuna symbolizes anyone who has ever found himself fighting for survival on the battlefield of mind and matter. In both books, Krishna is a charioteer. The job of a charioteer is to find the best paths through a battle so that the chariot's warrior can act effectively. In the Gita, Krishna, divine spirit, is trying to show Arjuna the best paths to the self-realization of samadhi, or enlightenment. His words guide Arjuna through the forces of light and darkness that dwell within every human heart. In the finite life of the human, there is a natural longing for the infinite. All the beauty that's ever been captured in music, art, and poetry is an expression of this longing. Spiritual evolution is the result of a transcendent gravity pulling the individual soul toward a final reunion with divine spirit. Mystics have taught that deep meditation can help us to become aware of the eternal reality that dwells in all things that eventually pass away. At the end of the Gita, the seer, Sanjaya, says that happiness and wisdom exist wherever Krishna and Arjuna might be found. Krishna and Arjuna can always be found in the words of the Bhagavad Gita. These words offer an assurance that the forces of light will ultimately be victorious. Whenever a person supports those forces of light through their lifestyle, their actions, and the choices they make, unselfish love will be there to guide them on the path to spiritual victory. Namaste.